name is Mrs. Namumunga, and this is Modern Muchindu, the young man who helps us around here. And so, walking through the fish project, the way we went, obviously, everything starts with a thought, the first thought. And so the thought was like, we've been doing some beef farming in Shibuyunji, but then the thought was how we needed something that was also like would give us money faster than the beef farm, because the beef farming is a bit slow. So we needed something that would give us money a little more often than the beef farm. So that's how we settled on the fish farming. And so we just went as a family. We said, let's choose where we can have a fish pond, and we settled on that on the southern part of the house. And yeah, we first we just started, we consulted fisheries, then later we had a few challenges, then we consulted with Mr. Kachaka, Breathing Fish Farm. So he's the one who helped us to have everything start and encouraged us so much. So the first thing we did was, while we were doing that, we tagged along with the Breathing Fish Farm, and so we sent Modern and our firstborn child, so that they can go to be trained to get the fish farming training that is being offered for about 1 to 2 weeks. So they went and they got trained. After the training, for us as parents, we remained reading and trying to learn, understanding how the fish farming is done. We went to the shore during show time to also visit fish farmers, the fisheries, everyone who was all the stakeholders in the fish farming. We visited them, and after that we were ready, and then we brought in people. We didn't use the earth-moving machines. We used manual people to dig the pond. Initially, that pond is about 30 by 20 meters, and so initially it was not as deep as it is, so we could only put in up to 3,000 fingerings. And we have later we realized that we wanted to dig another pond, but in consultation with people that have done more fish farming, we were advised that we could modify the same pond to accommodate up to even 10,000. So after that, we modified it after harvesting the first 3,000 fish. Of course, during the 3,000 fish, we deliberately went for a smaller number so that we learn as we go. Because, being the first time we did it, we knew that there would be challenges that would, it would be better to learn with the smaller numbers than bigger numbers. So we had our own lessons. I remember one morning we just woke up and I think around 10, before we realized the fish pond needed aerators, Yes. So we just found the fish was dead and floating. Then we consulted and we were told, can you put aerators? And so after that, the journey has been, I think we enjoyed the learning, and we learned, we had our own mistakes, we had our own learning. That's why I think this far, I think that when you're starting a project, it's better to learn on site. The book may teach you, but there's that hand-on lesson that you need for you to expand. And so after that, when we realized that the fish, we did very well, we saw that now we've moved very well, things have happened very well, we now decided to increase the number of fingerings to 5,000. That is after modifying the pond. We moved to 5,000 fingerings. After now, we had an aerator there. No. We didn't move to 5,000. We moved to 7,000. So we put in 7,000. We had a few deaths, but then we harvested very well. And then after that, we now, this stock, we put in 5,000. All this we've been learning, smaller number, bigger number, then medium number. And what we have learned so far with the stocking is that when we put in the 5,000, the fish growth rate was almost uniform. It was different from the first two times, the previous two times where some fish would be smaller and it's very small, and other fish would be bigger, but this one I think was the best, and I think it was the more profitable one. So we, in the previous one, we were using different feed suppliers, but this one we only used Ala Aqua. Yes, Ala Aqua. So this far, we have enjoyed the business. It's been very good, and it's actually the same business we are trying, from the same money. We are trying to fund another project which is starting by November on this same farm. Different category, away from fish farm, but after that we are digging 2 more ponds. Our dream and our wish is that those 2 more ponds we can harvest. In a year we harvest every 3 months, every 6 months, and then in a year we want to harvest every 4 months, so that we designed it in such a way that we are able to harvest fish every 4 months from the 3 ponds that we have. So looking at it, when we have also learned that with fish farm you need adequate water, and for us we started 1 pond using the only 1 borehole that is also supplying the farm activities. Everything around here we are depending on that borehole. So then we've realized that the other thing we should invest in is another borehole. And now with this current situation, we are not doing anything like digging another pond or doing anything else until we sort out the solar borehole. We have sunk the borehole already. We are just working on the solar panels and that kind of stuff, so that the borehole can start running. So then we'll have no problems, because the hotter, when it's very hot, fish enjoys a lot, and then when it's very hot, we'll have the benefit of water being driven by the solar. So I think we are looking at that seriously, and we hope we are stocking again after this. We finished removing all the fish that was there for the previous stock that we had. So after removing, we want to stock by maybe mid-September. Yeah, we are stocking again for the next, and I think by then the solar borehole will be running, so that we can also finish the borehole you've seen on the southern end of the pond you've seen. Security. We really had to invest on security also. You've seen the dog house is near the fish pond. We've got 3 vicious dogs, and that really helps us, because I think we've not had people, tampering with our fish. Only once we just saw people hanging around 01, but the dogs alerted us. So we also invested on security. So our customers, the first, according to the person who came to visit us, the fish consultant, when we had dates, because he came here to work the whole night to understand the problem, and so the way the water and the climate was behaving through the night, he said that this is a very good, the climate is very favorable for the fish. And so when we harvested the first 3,000 fingerlings, we just sold like random workmates, people around church, and the fish is very tasty. It's unfortunate you came today when the fish is done. The fish is just nicely tasty, so it's really tasty. So because of that, the demand for our fish from the same people we sold to, like when we just send a flyer that we are opening our pond, people just come and they buy. What remains, we get orders, and we supply friends. Mainly it's workmates, churchmates. Yeah, a very supportive team. We haven't gone into like the market that is like organized market, but we are still, because we think we are still managing just like that, because if you've seen, like now the fish is already gone. Yeah, so meaning that we are not meeting our demand. That's how I can put it. Yeah.
Yeah, so no, fish farming is very nice project. Yeah, so the way we did here, like if there's okay, when you put our fingerlings, there's a chart, the yeah, small chart where we use to calculate the feed. Yes, so we follow like if you we put our fingerling like today. Yeah, so there's a chart, there's a number that they give us in the one which we use to calculate the feed. Yeah, so we get the average. There's the average that we use. Then after that, there's the okay, like okay, we get some fingerlings. Yeah, we put in the water. Like then after we weigh which one by one the fingerlings. Yeah, so when we weigh each fingerling, they get the average. Then that average, the one that we use to calculate to find the feed. Yeah, the feed for the whole pond. Wake up in the morning, we need to switch on the aerators. Yeah, the aerators, there's an aerator that you need to switch on. Then again, at the night, we have to switch on the aerators. After 2 weeks, we weigh the fish. Yeah, so after weigh the fish, we find the average. Then that average, the one that we use to calculate the feed. Yes. So if there is any problem, we will put some because salt, the coarse salt is the one that use us to if there's any injuries. Yeah, we use coarse salt. Yeah, because the one that at least to yes. Then the other thing is when you see the fingerlings or the fish is gasping, it means there's no oxygen. Yeah, so that's why we advise us to put some air. So when there's no oxygen in the pond, the fish, you will see the fish will start gasping, looking for the air. Yes. So sometimes if you see the fish gasping, we also put some lime. Yeah, Agricoop lime. It also helps us to neutralize whatever anything that is in the water. Maybe there's the diseases and the whatever. Yeah. So we used to put some Agricoop lime. Yes.
So I would like to also mention that Ale Aqua has been very supportive because we also belong to the group in the Ale Aqua. So when other farmers are having challenges, we also learn that this is the challenge this one is having, and so from that we also learn. And the issue, what we have learned is that learning never ends. You never get to a point when you're an expert. You keep learning. So even those people who would like to start fish farming, the first thing is that invest in knowing what you are getting into. Learn, read, and tag along with people that are already doing it. And also involve your family, those people that you stay with. Like for us, we have involved more than here, our firstborn daughter. It's good to do that. And then those of you that are thinking of starting fish farming, I would advise that the first things first, look at water. Fish lives in water and land. And then after that, continue learning and visit people that have done it before. And those that are actually, we have people that are consultants like Aqua Ale. I'm also now beginning to be friends to Agricoop. I'm happy to have met them today. And also Dr. Kachaka, who helped us, and even the fisheries department of our country is also helpful when you visit them, especially when you are beginning. They'll give you they are cheaper in fact when you are starting to consult with them. Yeah.